Hello and welcome back to the La Project with me, your host, and my co-host
BJ, what's up?
What's up, guys? So today we have some special guests today. So first of all, we have a former radio and TV announcer, Nikki, and also we have a comedian and musician, Irfan. Please give him a warm applause for the show. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
By the way, you guys look really good today.
Just speak for yourself, man.
I know, right? What about you?
Look at
I
that.
love it.
Okay.
Nice tanja.
You like Hang Nadim tu.
Hun.
No. This is Hang Pimono. You know what? So basically, this is the La Project. If there are any new audience here, welcome. So we are a facetious podcast that talks about politics and also world news that happens in Malaysia and outside Malaysia. So some of the topics we will talk about today will be a bit depressing. We are talking about some serious stuff today, even though we look very nice. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be our Merdeka episode.
yeah. So this is our Merdeka episodes, but we will talk about some local news later. But we will start with international news first.
Let's go.
So
Alright.
I'm sure if you guys have seen the La Project, we have talked during several episodes about the conditions in Gaza and what's happening in Gaza and Palestine and Israel and all that. So recently, the UN has just announced that there's a famine in Gaza.
Officially?
And officially.
okay.
So
Damn.
now, I mean, like before this, we already know that there was a lot of starvation and a lot of, aid and food being restricted by the Israeli checkpoints and everything. And in fact, recently, Israel just bombed Yemen. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and within a span of 10 minutes, they dropped I don't know how many missiles, but literally like a massive explosion in Sana'a in
Right.
Yemen.
Right.
And one more news about Israel is basically, I don't know if you guys saw this, but recently they just bombed like a hospital twice.
Yeah.
They did what they call like a double tap
Yeah.
mission.
wow.
So they just strike the hospital,
Okay.
and then while the aid workers and the journalists are in the hospitals, this was all recorded on live TV, by the way. While they were recording, everyone was like trying to help each other out. A second missile struck.
Damn.
Yeah. So now in
Where was that? That was in Yemen?
no, that was in Gaza.
South Gaza, the
Yes,
Nasser Hospital.
That's right. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. So in until now, ever since October 7th, there have been 218 dead journalists. Journalists that were killed by Israel.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's terrible what's been happening at the moment. But also at the same time, because of all this, there's also a lot of anti-Semitism
Brewing.
that is brewing. Yeah, brewing on the side. Apparently, there's around 80% rise in anti-Semitism, basically.
Where specifically?
Mostly in like the US and
Okay.
Western countries.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about?
But that's the byproduct of what they're doing, of what Israel's doing, right?
Sure.
Like, that's causing the bad PR to happen. And they've shown, like, at least their top leadership has shown that they don't necessarily care about the bad PR anymore. You know, like Smotrich and Ben-Gvir and Netanyahu have sort of, at least in recent weeks, have sort of openly said that the goal is to get all of Gaza, to move all of these people out by one way or the other. So,
Yeah, but it's crazy that we're all seeing this like in 4K. Everyone is just like live streaming this, and
Yep.
I mean, we all are on the streets protesting, but there's almost like nothing that
Nothing's being done.
nothing's being done.
Nothing's
like,
being
to-
done.
to
Nothing
stop-
changes. So when they've like finally declared that, there is a famine, because I think it was from last year, the last time that they did this assessment was in May.
right.
The United Nations, whether there was a famine or it seems like every month there's going to be a famine, or by this time there will be a famine, and it took them so long to declare a famine. Okay, so now that it's declared,
what can be done.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? What
Yeah.
happens next? Like, what are you chasing after?
Yep.
Like, everybody can see what's happening daily.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
of like how many kids are being starved and like it's just insane.
Yep.
And it's I think it's a whole level of cruelty.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Because I mean, of course, any kind of murder happening is horrible. You know, when you see people being bombed,
That's
like
right.
limbs flying, that's just horrific. But I think when you see starvation, that's a slow, painful, suffering death,
That's
and
just
it's
like
still
a different
happening.
type of evil.
A different type of evil. So
Yeah.
it's like I was when they finally declared this, I'm thinking, okay, so
Right.
what?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Are you gonna go in guns blazing? Is something gonna happen?
I think that's the
What's the point?
eventuality though. That will happen.
you think there's gonna be like a
in order to
military
stop
intervention?
to stop the whole thing from happening, to stop the whole thing from progressing to Holocaust levels.
So there should be military intervention.
I'm not saying they should be. I'm not saying what is right or wrong here. I'm saying that is probably the course of action that has to happen in order for whatever is happening to the Gazans to stop. It has to be by force. I mean, at least throughout history, that is what has
Yeah,
had
but
to be done in order to stop atrocities from happening.
sure. But who would be the responsible?
We don't know that.
Parties or countries.
I don't
that
think
would-
I don't think we see that yet.
I don't think
no one's stepping up. At least
Yeah.
right now, no one country or one region or even like the OIC, right? The Islamic I can't remember, Organization of Islamic Countries, I think it is. Even they don't have like a
plan.
military solution that can enable that, you know. Yeah, and essentially toothless. Even the UN is toothless because Israel sits on the Security Council.
Yeah.
You know, so but why I say that, why I say I think it's going to take military force to stop it is simply because Israel is behaving in a way as a nation, as an actor on the international stage, as someone that doesn't care for the rules, the norms, the mores of the international community. It's gonna take the opposing party to Israel, whoever that may be. I to be honest with you, I don't even see who it could be that could oppose them to that extent. But it's going to take whoever opposes them to also have a similar disregard for all the mores, norms, rules of the international community in order to fight back.
Yeah.
You know, it
mean,
is what it is.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because they've gone so far. They've gone so far.
Yeah.
Talking about Israel, they've gone.
They've gone so far.
yeah.
Like you can't reel them back in by diplomacy. It's past
It
that.
does not work with them.
It's just past that.
But you know there are a lot of countries whose leaders have started to recognize Palestine as a state. You're seeing more and more
This
countries.
September,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
gonna recognize
Yeah,
a bunch of European
Yeah,
countries,
like,
right?
Like Spain, Ireland, obviously, and a few other European countries. They are planning to create Palestine as a state.
Yeah,
Which is
Basically.
I
recognize
think that's
them.
good, but it says a lot. Not only are we doing the recognizing, we haven't done it yet. It's happening, and we've only started. Who recognized the famine in Gaza?
Who recognized the
The
famine?
famine,
It's
yeah.
the
The
UN.
UN.
The UN.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's only happening this year, after you know what I
after-
mean,
yeah.
after a
After almost 2
significant amount of
years, yeah.
time where
Yeah.
we have seen what's been happening, we know exactly how they're stretching out this war. It says a lot that it's taken this much time. It's probably going to take a lot longer for any intervention because you're going through, like you said, we're going through the norms and the mores of the
genocide.
of the
Yeah.
neoliberal world order lah. Basically,
Yeah.
Okay,
we
right,
have to
right.
go through these forms. We have to go through this the proper way and diplomacy and all of this, which is lovely when we're talking about something that can be done very slowly. But when people are dying, it's very nice. I think it's wonderful that people are going to recognize Palestine as a state, but what does that actually do?
Yeah, because
outside,
if, because if Palestinians get their own state, a lot of Palestinians are going to be like, you know what? This is not enough. This is not like the whole of Palestine.
Yeah.
The whole of Palestine has been taken by Israel and all that. So at one point, I'm sure Israel will not allow like Palestinians to have like their own state, because at what point will the Palestinians control their land? You know what I mean? Because a lot of the places have been taken by settlers, have been taken by, the government of Israel. So at one point, does it become like a two-state solution? Which one is Israel and which is Palestine? You know what I mean? Because if once Palestine is recognized as a state, then I think they will want like not reimbursements, but what do you call like
Reparations?
Reparations. Yes, that's right. They would want reparations because of what they have gone through. So I don't know how this would work out. I'm sure Israel would not allow this to happen.
I actually, on that point, I actually have quite an unpopular opinion about this, but I don't believe in the two-state solution.
Okay.
I think the most effective way to go about it, if you want to go that route, which is diplomacy, is a one-state solution.
The state of Israel?
Yeah.
So
And
you're saying
Palestinians being given
Israel.
actual full rights.
Yeah.
Because right now, in Israel, there are Palestinians. They're just not being recognized as full. They don't have full rights of the citizens.
They're
and
treated
all
as
that
second
whatnot.
class
Yeah,
citizens.
right? So, in order to end that, pretty much exactly the same like how, countries like South Africa did it. We got to end the apartheid. It has to be a one state.
Yeah.
And everyone has to be given equal rights.
Yeah,
Palestinian, Israeli or not. Most Israelis are like Eastern Europeans anyways.
Yeah.
So, especially the settlers, so.
Yeah.
I agree with you on the fact that there should be one state, but I don't think it should be Israel.
Then it should be called
even though-
Palestine.
Yes, even
They could do that,
they could.
They could.
Yeah.
If the Palestinians were how do you say patient enough, what they could do is they could push for that one state solution. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Okay.
Israel, Palestine, United
create a
Israel,
new country.
Greater Israel, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Call it what it is.
It's
But
the time.
as long as the most important thing in my scenario here is that everyone has equal rights, right?
Yeah.
Equal representation in parliament, all that
Yes,
shit.
that's right.
So slowly, the Palestinians, if the native Palestinians gain more and more and more seats in parliament and all that, and eventually get a 2/3 majority or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, but
And then eventually
that's
change.
not gonna be something that will happen in the near
Overnight?
future.
Oh, of course. Hell yeah.
It might
But
take like hundreds of years.
You're talking about like nation building. If you want something to happen, then it has to happen the same way as World War II. These people are going to have to go through something similar to the Holocaust. Palestinians I'm talking about. Someone's going to come in and be like, and in that scenario, it will probably be China and Russia.
Okay.
Going to come in
Yeah.
and be like, yo, you're like too much. This is too much. We can't have this happening. Boom, 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 boom. Netanyahu's too evil. He ends up becoming something similar to Hitler. Have to take him out.
Yes.
Because he's running concentration camps now.
Yeah.
So
He's
you have to
literally-
take him out, and it's full on family level. You have to take him out, and then suddenly you have to give the Palestinians a new state, similar like what happened to the Israelis or the Jews
Yeah.
in 1947. So it's going to happen. It's a cyclical thing. You see, if diplomacy is not reached.
But it's I don't think the Israeli government would allow that. Like they would, even right now
I don't
in
think the
Israel.
Likud party will allow that. However,
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
if you have equal representation,
Yeah.
if you have independent watchdogs in your parliament, in and around your parliament and all that, making sure like the superpowers are making sure like Chinese representatives, Russian representatives, American representatives are making sure that everything's above board within parliament and all that. There's a way to do that. Is whether all these countries want to expand their resources to have to guide them essentially go back to a level of society where it is essentially 1947 again and have to
Okay.
restart that civilization,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't, because from what I've seen from the Israeli parliament and the government, I don't think they're gonna do that anytime soon. However, I have seen videos from Palestine, the young people of, not in Palestine, in Israel. The young people of Israel, they are against the current government, against the genocide and against Netanyahu, because even previously, before October 7th, he was supposed to be on trial for
Corruption.
basically.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why he was able to stay as prime minister for this long is because of
Of
the
October 7th.
October
War.
7th,
Yeah.
because of the war. So right now, I don't think that it's gonna change. I don't even think they're gonna allow to have Arab ministers, in Israel.
Israel?
In
Yeah,
Israel
yeah,
right
of course.
now. I don't think so.
No.
But in the future maybe, but not anytime near.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Even
yeah.
in the future, I think it would be, I don't know, what you guys are describing sounds really idealistic
Yeah.
and really
Very
like a
optimistic.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Like really like a fantasy.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, what we've seen, the nature of the Israelis,
the brutality.
the brutality, it's like bred in them.
Yes.
So it has to, like, I don't know what Han was saying, like it'll take like hundreds of years or something
To reverse
for,
that.
for it to
Yeah.
be
Yeah, yeah,
reversed.
yeah.
And I think
Unfortunately.
it's just gonna explode much earlier than that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's gonna happen, but it will just, I mean, what is described is like, wow, if only.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a part of me, this is my personal opinion, I don't think that would be justice served. Of course not. That would not be just.
How
And
would,
I think like the international community and everybody who's watching and the Palestinians, how can you just continue and be like, okay,
yeah,
we
yeah.
are friends, we
Yeah,
are now
exactly.
Yeah.
citizens, me and you in the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
classroom. I mean, like
Yeah.
amazing level of forgiveness if that was able to happen. But
That's
at the same time,
But see, that's my argument. That's the whole crux of my argument is that it's going to take something extraordinary for the current situation to be solved via diplomacy.
yeah,
It's gonna
something
take
extraordinary. And
ridiculously extraordinary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's going to go the way of
Yeah.
war.
You
It would
know,
have to be something
think
like
so.
external powers, like
Coming
like
in,
Treaty
yeah.
of Versailles, Nuremberg trials
Yeah,
level,
exactly,
where it's
yeah.
literally
That
something
level
so has
Yeah.
happened that they have to, external powers have to come in and go,
Yes.
okay, you get this, you get this, you
Yes.
get this, you
Yeah.
get this.
Yes.
and who gets to decide?
Exactly, who gets to
Yes.
decide?
That's
Yes.
going to be the most
Yeah, that's the
interesting
problem.
part. It's like, okay, how are you going to divide it? Who's going to decide?
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you can say that the president of the United States have the power, to pull an intervention, because I mean, like, he is the most powerful man on the planet. You know what I mean? Militarily,
On the surface, I guess.
economy, yeah. I mean, like
But he has people that he has to answer to.
Yes, exactly. But recently talking about Trump, 3 leaders of different
Segue
countries.
with.
Yes,
Yeah.
3
Oh my
leaders
God.
have just nominated Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Wait, what?
Yes,
Sorry.
Cambodia, Pakistan,
yes, and Israel.
Israel, yeah.
Yeah,
Big surprise, yeah.
Cambodia, kenapa?
Cambodia is interesting.
yeah.
You've been
No,
quiet
he-
a lot.
What happened to our PM? Like, hello? Our PM is the one who brokered it and
yeah.
tiba-tiba, oh no.
No. You have the other way around. Our PM was the one who took credit for it.
Oh, who took credit for, okay.
But
Trump was the one who brokered it.
No, I mean-
It
Okay.
was Trump and Xi.
Trump and Xi. Yes. It
Trump
was
and apa?
It was Trump,
Trump
and
and
Xi.
Xi
President
Jinping.
Okay.
Of China.
Yeah, so it's China and the US. So while we
So it was
may-
reported differently because in our
Of
news it was
course.
reported
Yes,
like
yes.
Of
apa,
course.
US and China are observer states. So it's like
Of
as if they're like at the side just
course.
watching. Lepas tu macam our PM macam oh.
No, but okay, I don't think that we are just someone who's just, you know what I mean, like going with the flow of the whole thing. I think Malaysia does have some power and responsibility as the host of ASEAN this year, which is why I think the PMX have been working hard to, broker the peace talks between Cambodia and Thailand. I mean, both are Southeast Asian countries. And I don't think that it's fully on the US or China to, stop this. Obviously, they helped.
Yeah.
Maybe financially or, something like they leveraged against some people. But they do help. But I would... To say that Malaysia has very minimal role in the peace broker, I don't think that's true.
From what I know of the inner workings of global politics, I think is absolutely true that
Okay.
Malaysia only took the credit for it,
Okay.
and it was the US and China who brokered it.
Okay.
I honestly think, to me, I think it's like 90% probability that that's what actually happened. Simply because to stop, like, people were dying on both sides, the Cambodia and
Yeah.
you know, and people don't know this about the Thais or don't realize this when you talk about the Thais, but they've never been invaded.
Yeah, they've never been.
Yeah.
They've
Never been colonized.
Yeah.
Never been invaded, never been colonized.
Yep.
So they have a hard time listening to other people.
Yes.
It's in their nature.
Yes.
They stood like hard and tall against the Japanese when it wasn't a wise thing to do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I think honestly, especially with Cambodia also being like the closest thing that you could have to a proxy state or to the US in the
Right.
region.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
They even like you could even pay with US dollars on the street
Right.
in
Okay.
Cambodia. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
it is what it is. I think
You-
what I
okay.
think is that
Okay,
It
you know
was the
why
US.
why the leader of Cambodia nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize?
why?
And it's not even because like anything that he did to
Regarding the ceasefire?
regarding the ceasefire or the
Yeah.
peace.
Okay.
It's because he lowered the tariffs.
That's
he lowered
why.
the tariffs on
That's
Cambodia,
great.
so they were like, "You should get the Nobel Peace Prize." Yeah, that's the whole reason.
So trying to curry more favor
Yeah,
after
exactly.
you already got the concession.
Exactly.
It's the out of the deal.
Out of the
That's literally
deal.
out of the deal.
Yes, we were talking about out of the deal. I
What
mean,
are the
Trump-
other two nations?
the other two nations is
Pakistan.
Pakistan and
No,
Israel.
Pakistan. Yeah,
Why?
no, why
Yo, let's
Pakistan?
talk
No,
about Pakistan.
he brokered the
Yeah.
peace
Yeah.
as well between
Yeah,
Pakistan.
yeah, Pakistan,
Pakistan and
and
India.
They were there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like
that was him. That was all him.
that
Yo.
was a few months ago
Yeah.
where there was some hostilities.
Yeah.
There were no actual attacks with that.
I think
No, there was
strikes.
military
Okay.
action on both sides.
Right. But as far as we know, not much happened afterwards. But apparently it's because of
DJT.
yeah,
Yeah.
DJT.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Suddenly that peace prize, Nobel Peace Prize is looking kinda,
Hopeful for
rationalized.
No, but you cannot. Okay, on one side, sure, you've brokered the peace for some countries or whatever.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like Gaza,
Exactly.
Syria,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yemen,
Yeah.
Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
No, but they don't matter. That's the point. That's why. That's why.
Because they're not white.
Yeah, they're not white, so it doesn't
What's
matter.
that? Yeah.
That's the thing. To be fair, like was Israel, Pakistan, and Cambodia. I'm
Cambodia.
still very surprised about Pakistan.
Yeah.
That's genuinely surprising.
Exactly.
To me.
It's like
But they are a
majority-
US ally, technically.
They are a US ally, but
Technically,
like if
yeah.
you've ever, I don't know, maybe this is just me, my
Right.
experience with Pakistanis. I've never met a people who hate the US more.
Right.
And
Then
it's
the-
brought up
yeah,
a
that's
lot. It is a thing that is constantly talked about how America exists as a new empire and is purposefully getting in the way of Pakistan's development as a nation.
Yeah.
So it says a lot that the Pakistani president
Yeah,
President.
the president.
would say that Donald Trump
Should
have
get
the Nobel Peace
Peace
Prize.
Prize. I mean,
See,
Okay.
that's actually quite a juxtaposition of their relationship, the US and Pakistan. They've always done this. Pakistan, if you don't know, especially in that region of the world, that near Middle East region, they have one of the best intelligence agencies.
Yeah.
Because they have to rival with India and all that,
Sure.
and China. So they have a very competent intelligence agency, and they don't necessarily they are officially they are a US ally. However, they don't necessarily like to share a lot of their intel from the region with the US.
okay.
And people forget today that Osama bin Laden
Yeah.
was caught and killed in Pakistan.
Pakistan.
yeah.
Not only in Pakistan, but what was in a town that was to Pakistan, what is West Point, the military academy in the US,
Yeah.
is to the US in Abbottabad. So that is where they train all of their special forces military.
Very
and all that,
interesting.
yeah. And Osama bin Laden was found in that small town.
Very
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
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 Okay, but
Okay.
I don't think.
Somehow, whenever Irfan comes on, we end up talking about Osama bin Laden. One way
I
or
think it's the
other.
beard.
It's the
It's
beard.
the beard.
He's a family friend. We used to go skiing together. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, he loves skiing, no?
Loves skiing.
he loves skiing,
Oh
yeah.
my god, loves
Yeah.
skiing. Loves skiing, loves bacon. Doesn't tell anyone, but like loves it.
No, the skiing part was actually real.
Oh,
loves
he
skiing.
does. He actually
Yeah.
did. There's a picture of him with his brothers and
Yeah,
sisters,
yeah.
but he looks like a member of the Beatles. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Have you seen that picture?
No, I have not.
It's insane because you see that picture. It's such like a water like westernized
Version of him.
version of
Version of
him.
him.
And then you see what he became. You're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
this is very interesting.
Yeah.
I sort of understand it because
The duality of a man.
because it's kind of like
he
an
grew up in New York.
overcorrection.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grew up in New York. Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an overcorrection, I suppose.
Overcorrection,
Yeah, but
Must
anyway,
be.
we were talking about like the Nobel Peace Prize before, but you know, with the inclusion of the possibility of having Donald Trump as the winner of Nobel Peace Prize, I would like to just remind everyone that you know, Nobel Peace Prize is not really, for me, this is my personal opinion.
Sure.
I don't think it's deserved. A lot of the people that have won it, to me, in my opinion, does not really deserve
Especially
it.
the people that win it because they are black.
Okay, I mean, I was gonna.
I didn't say who. I just said that if they are,
Say again?
especially the people that win the Nobel Peace Prize just because they're
Just
black.
because they're black.
Okay, you gotta talk about
okay,
this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this, but earlier we talked about President Donald Trump.
Huh?
But another president recently that have also won the Nobel Peace Prize was Barack Obama. Yes, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize during his first year as the president of the United States.
No, not just in the first year. It was like 6 months after he was elected.
6 months, not even a
very
year.
It was just nuts.
Not even a year.
Yeah.
But apparently during that time, he actually dropped the most bombs on Syria.
Use of
Yes,
drones,
correct.
yeah. Highest number of drones in
During
any
that time,
presidential sitting.
he
Syria in
dropped
his
the
second
most-
term, Afghanistan in his first term.
Yes,
Correct.
he dropped the most bombs and he still won the Nobel Peace Prize. And at that point, I thought to myself, like, this is just fake.
It's kind of nice
Yeah,
when you
this
win
means
the Peace
nothing.
Prize
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you drop the
yeah.
bombs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
they
know
can't
what I
take it back.
Yeah.
You know?
So when Donald Trump was supposedly at odds to win the Nobel Peace Prize, I'm like, it's just
Well,
the same.
to be honest, if you're talking about, if you want to talk about that, he should have won in his first term for the Abraham Accords, you know? But people were against him in his first term. So I think he might have a chance though this time. Now all these world leaders are, cozying up to him.
And-
But you know, we have 3 more years of him,
Yeah.
of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 more years.
Let's
And speaking about Trump, a lot of things are happening in the US. The most important or the biggest one would be the deportations of immigrants by ICE,
Yeah.
basically. So recently, ICE just signed a deal with Palantir. Do you guys know what Palantir is?
Yeah, the AI company.
It's
The
like
AI
AI tech company,
surveillance,
right? Yeah.
So ICE just signed a deal with Palantir to sort of track immigrant movements.
That's
so
cool.
they're gonna use like the security cameras, the CCTV, and they're gonna basically just have a facial recognition of everyone, so that they know who are the citizens and who are the immigrants.
So gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate
on
that
one
so
side,
much.
I do understand. Okay, America has a big immigration problem. They do wanna, they wanna make sure everyone is there legally. But at the same time, you're kind of like infringing on people's privacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's just horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a police state. It's like
Exactly.
it's just gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they already have this deal, right? It's already
Yes,
gonna
they
be implemented,
just-
right? It's already gonna be rolled out.
Yes.
So it's this messed up. I don't know. Anybody want to move to America?
Yeah, right.
Anybody want to live
China's
there?
been
Even for a
doing this for
holiday,
the
you
last-
go there?
No,
I mean,
man.
seriously, it's
China's
just
been doing this for the last
horrifying.
10 years though.
China's been doing this for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I know. With China
and
and
they take
when,
it they take it to another level where they do
Yeah.
it for like traffic cams and all
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
So
And like they even had one time where it was like your social ranking,
Yeah.
like your
Yeah,
moral
yes,
moral
yes.
No,
ranking
I think they
or something.
still do have
I
that.
think
Yeah.
they still
They
have that.
still do
How
that.
do you like gauge your moral ranking?
It's the shit that you do because
shit
they
that
have
you do,
cameras everywhere, and especially in the major cities. So
Right.
like if there's litter on the ground and you happen to walk by, if you are the type of person that picks it up, and you get a
Then
higher
you're-
moral
okay.
social score kind of thing.
That
Yeah.
was literally a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally a
But
Black Mirror
I think that's
episode.
how they implement it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's so in. Oh wow, because like the ramifications of that data, like yes, okay, sure, maybe they use it for immigration tracking and all that, but that is
It's a
just
slippery
data.
slope lah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
slippery
Yeah.
slope. Like, oh, okay, we have access to this data.
Yeah,
Let's use it for other
super
things.
slippery.
Yeah.
Super slippery.
No, it's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's just What?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
And you know, this is recently when ICE just announced this deal with Palantir. But even before this, a Senate probe uncovered allegations of abuse in ICE custody.
No. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm shocked.
I'm so surprised.
What? Really?
What?
No.
People in power using it wrongly. No, that
Yeah.
never happens.
No,
Not even here.
Yeah, apparently since January, there's been 500 reports of either sexual abuse or physical abuse, mental abuse.
Okay.
500 since January, and with the if the deal with Palantir goes through, you don't know what's gonna happen after this with the people that are being
Tracked and
Like
surveilled.
it could
and-
go downhill, but
Yeah.
to give a positive note to the news, it could also increase in accuracy, of like identifying the actual people who are not supposed to be there and shit like
Okay,
that.
okay.
That's one possible side benefit to it if it were to be implemented in the right way, I guess.
Okay.
Like if you were, for example, I'm sure they have this, but if they have a database of the people who have overstayed their visas, for example, right? So I'm pretty sure if they were to implement it in a way that Palantir is going after, like Palantir's database is only the people that are on that list. So clearly the people that have only come in or gone out and shit like that. If they were to be able to implement it in that way, then it's not so bad.
That's a big if.
That's
Yeah,
a big
that's
if.
That's a big if.
That's a big if.
Like I think it's just common sense when all this AI technology kind of comes out. Most of it is not for good of people.
Yeah.
We'll
Like
see.
when you have so much data. And I think Palantir also had their fingers dirty with Israel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
With I mean, it's not for the common good. They might say it is, of course. That's why it's why these deals are being pushed through. But more surveillance, more data
Yeah, I mean, like it's
does
kinda
not
scary
bode
to
well
be,
for the
just to go out.
civilians.
Yeah.
I would not want to go
we're
out and
not
be
disconnecting.
recognized.
Yeah.
No one's disconnecting. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It's a two-way street. Like,
What do you mean?
yes, they're after your data,
Yeah.
but you are also willingly giving it up,
I
being
don't
able
think
to be
that's
tracked.
fair.
You know,
I don't think that's fair.
you don't think that's
Because
fair?
you
I
don't think
that's
that
fair.
there's-
I think we sort of estimate disconnecting as like, okay, so what would disconnecting look like if we're talking about specifically Palantir with this, right? Disconnecting would be not going out, not having any internet
Yeah, yeah.
attendance of any kind,
Yeah.
Right.
which is very difficult if you're trying to look for a job,
Right.
because everything's either tracked through your phone or WhatsApp or something to that kind. It is the idea of disconnecting in this day and age when you also have to partake in society and jobs and getting food and it's very hard. Even credit cards can be tracked.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like
of course.
food and use like that kind of purchasing also needs.
But that's the assumption that the people who are there that are being tracked are the people that are not supposed to be tracked for that purpose. You understand? Because like ICE is going after the overstayers, the
Okay.
illegal immigrants,
Right.
right? Like I have a cousin who just got his visa like a month ago, who in the US, he just got renewed for a work visa.
Okay.
Malaysian, but he wasn't able to leave the country until the new visa was approved. If he did leave the country, leave the US, he would have that visa application would have been immediately terminated.
Okay.
So he couldn't come home. I think it was something around 6-8 months.
So
around
he
there.
overstayed his visa.
No, he did not overstay his visa.
Okay.
But he did it the right way. I mean, before his visa was up, he reapplied for a visa, and then they told him, okay, these are the regulations for which you have to meet in order to get the visa properly processed and all that. And after he got his visa actual, then only he could leave the country and come back in. So while I understand, like, things are hard like that, but at the end of the day, if you come in, every country has to enforce their borders. It's just that's just what it is.
I understand, but there's a slippery slope between like trying to make sure the illegal immigrants stay out, but also at the same time you are infringing on people's private life.
If they are citizens, then their private life shouldn't be infringed upon under US law. But if they are not citizens, they don't have they are not afforded the same rights that citizens of the US do.
So what would you say to an immigrant who has a family or whose kids were born in the US or de facto US citizens, and then their parents can now be taken back because they overstayed their welcome?
That's unfortunate.
That
it is.
happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I guess those people should have had some hindsight. You know, they were, and it's not like all of a sudden, like Donald Trump has been in power for the last 25 years. That's not the case. There were so many dreamers under Obama, and they were naturalized. So why are these still people like all these illegal immigrants around? That in your case that you just highlighted have families, you know, have kids, like that. Like those people have been naturalized. You know, so my problem is with the people that are in illegally, not just in the US, but I think illegal immigration is a problem everywhere in the world, even here in Malaysia. You know, so I just would like that if I don't like foreigners who shouldn't be here come here. I don't like that, and I don't like
if you
it
want to
here.
come here, come properly.
Like come the right way. You know, there are other people who have had to go through the hardship. I had another friend, Chinese Malaysian guy from Penang, who got his citizenship, actual US citizenship, green card. No, not green card, actual citizenship. But he got he was naturalized after 7.5 years.
Okay.
You know, like it takes that long. Unfortunately, it takes that
But
long.
some people waited even longer than that. They've gone through the process.
Yeah, because
but
they have like criminal records at the back or this and that, whatever other circumstances
Right.
that don't allow them to be accepted as a citizen. You
okay,
know?
so you're saying if someone is
Being a citizen of the US is a privilege. Having a
Sure.
US passport is a privilege. You're literally accepted almost without question into every single country in the world.
Okay.
Any single
Okay.
region in the world.
okay, so anyone in your opinion, if
Uh-huh.
anyone does have a criminal record in that wants to travel to America shouldn't be allowed to America.
Travel,
because-
like you see what the purpose
or
is. Like,
maybe not just travel or they want to stay in the US. Do you think that should not be allowed?
Yeah, I think that should not be allowed.
Okay.
And as well as, of course, you have to. It depends on what type of crime it is.
Okay.
You know, if it's like petty theft, like you were shoplifting, like who the fuck cares? But
Okay.
if you're talking about something like white collar crime, like money laundering, you know,
Okay.
embezzlement,
Okay.
hell no.
Okay.
Okay. If you're talking about blue collar crime, murder,
Okay.
rape, hell no.
Okay.
Like, why would you want those kind of people joining your society?
Okay, but they do have a criminal as their president, though.
Do they?
A convicted.
A convicted
And
criminal.
convicted one, yeah.
He was on trial for a bit.
Yeah.
He was on trial.
I
But
think he still is. Is he still?
Yeah,
I know.
I think it's
no.
still-
They wiped out his. But it was all they wiped out his charges. But the point is that he was. I don't think he was a convicted felon. Because if he was a felon, he wouldn't be able to run.
No, he was.
He was charged.
He was
yes.
charged
He
because
had
he
98
wanted
counts.
to.
Yeah.
Because he attempted a coup, basically, on the 6th of January.
Yeah, but that wasn't convicted.
Okay,
He did not attempt a coup.
Anyways, the reason why I'm saying about that is because a friend of Donald Trump, Bolsonaro, who was the former Prime Minister of Brazil, or was it the President of
President.
Brazil? President.
Okay.
So he was also planning to do a coup
Yes.
after he lost
Yeah.
an election, maybe last year or earlier this year. I'm not too sure. And unlike Trump, he was eventually. He lost the election, right? So
Yep.
eventually he was charged with.
So like Trump, he lost
He lost the election like
Trump
Trump.
lost the
and
election. Yeah.
basically exactly like Trump. Except that Bolsonaro is now facing trials and he might be punished if he's proven guilty. And
Okay.
apparently he was planning to escape to Argentina to run away from his trial.
Argentina.
Yeah,
Argentina, man. They let a lot of fascists in, huh?
Yeah, and
They let the Nazis in.
Good?
Yeah, they're letting Israelis in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bolsonaro is also planning to escape.
But that's
to
different
Argentina.
though. Like Trump was never, I think, convicted. I don't know if he was charged for the insurrection. The people that were arrested were, I think there were like 2,000.
Yeah,
of them,
but
something like
who instructed those?
They found the tweets. He was exonerated for that. Yeah, he was exonerated for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
But I think
we have to be accurate with our information here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
He was cleared for at the very least for the charges of leading January 6th. So I don't see what the connection is here.
Okay.
Like Bolsonaro actually took steps towards a coup d'etat.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like Trump didn't. Trump gave a speech, and in the speech,
No, but
which
in,
was
in his speech, he was basically saying that he is not accepting the result of the election.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying that if he won, then he's the rightful winner. But if he lost, they cheated.
okay.
That's basically the point of what he's saying. And then that makes
But
his
he
supporters.
did not weaponize his supporters. He did not militarize his supporters.
Bro, his supporters literally went inside the capital.
where no one died but one of his supporters who was shot. Ashley Babbitt.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't do anything in the capital.
No, they
you can watch the videos. The
Yeah.
videos are everywhere online.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
like. If I don't know if you saw.
I mean, the
same
capital
videos, but-
is the people's house, no?
Yeah.
They don't belong. The capital does not belong. Just like our parliament does not belong to our MPs. They belong to us, the rakyat.
Yeah. But for
and
them,
they were the rakyat too,
Yeah. But just for.
and they did not cause any violence. Maybe it was disturbance, but it wasn't violence. No one died.
No one died, but I'm sure
No one
there
was physically
violence.
attacked. None of the Capitol Police were physically attacked by the conspirators of January 6th.
No, but there were a lot
There
of.
was that guy that was
threats. The shaman.
the shaman, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know
even
the
he was just giving a speech in the middle of the Capitol Rotunda.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you know how the
he wasn't
shaman.
attacking anyone.
the
He was
shaman
a
is
nice
now,
dope guy.
Yeah. But you know the shaman is now like anti-Trump
Okay.
because of the whole Epstein thing.
Okay, okay, fine. But let's stick to the topic
Okay.
because we're talking about
Yes.
something real that actually happened, and he was exonerated for it. So
Okay.
I don't think, like, as facetious as we are in this show, I don't think we should be like putting back into trial something that has already been hashed out,
Right.
and it was already determined what was the involvement or lack of involvement and all that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's settled in court. So
Okay.
I don't think we have a right to be like, yeah, look what he did here, you know, and like, you know,
Rehash it.
Okay.
for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, to me, I do think there was some violence involved. Maybe like because Trump had
Not on the
some
videos.
power. Bro, I'm pretty sure there were some on the
We
videos.
can look. I
Okay,
followed
we
January
can check it
6th.
out
Yeah,
later.
I covered January 6th.
Wow,
intensively
Okay, I
when it
forgot that
happened.
you're a massive Trump fan.
Not that. It's not that. I'm objective about it.
Okay.
I criticize him a lot.
Okay.
I just don't think we should be coming out with inaccurate information. That's all.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. We actually have time for one more international story. Basically, the last story is about the Crown Prince of Norway. Basically, have you guys
I didn't
read about
realize
this? So
Norway still had
basically, one
royalty.
of the Prince of
Yeah, they
Norway
do.
was charged with
Interesting.
multiple rape and sexual abuse.
What royalty doing bad things?
What?
Big surprise,
Never
right?
heard before.
No. Didn't a former prime minister's son just get
Yes.
caught with heroin paraphernalia
Okay,
and drug
actually,
paraphernalia?
we'll talk about
Oh, we're
that
talking
in
about
the
that?
next episode. Yes.
All right,
I
okay.
was surprised. I was like, okay, we will. All right, cool.
Yeah, because we're pretty much covering the international news.
Okay,
Okay.
cool,
Yeah,
cool,
after
cool.
this
Okay.
we'll get back to the local
Okay,
news.
that's okay.
Yeah,
right.
but basically the Prince of Norway was charged with
How many?
around-
17 counts.
Yeah.
or
Oh,
something.
I thought it was 12. 17?
Well, like, but
Okay.
belas lah.
Well,
Like
yeah,
in the
yeah,
teens.
it
Yeah.
wasn't
17,
more than a
12.
dozen.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, I think that's enough counts for it to
Yeah.
not be like somebody cried wolf
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. And domestic abuse as
Domestic
well.
abuse, sexual abuse, physical
Wow.
abuse. Yeah.
Have there been any like court proceedings yet? No.
Right
just
now,
charged?
if I'm not mistaken, he will be on trial in January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which is, you know, quite refreshing to see like a member of the royal family is getting
being held accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen to
in
some countries.
Some countries, yeah.
Some countries.
Not naming
I don't
names.
think it's likely to happen there, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
no, they're
long
very
time.
fair. They're
It's
very
a long
fair.
time from now to January, dude.
That's true.
A
Oh,
lot
yeah,
can
yeah.
happen.
That's true, but I mean, the
lot
Norwegians,
can
they are a
happen.
very
Yeah.
fair
Yeah.
kind of country, I think.
They're very what?
Like a very fair, like their judicial process
Yeah.
is very
And their
fair.
jails are nowhere near what
Oh,
they
yeah.
are over here. You know?
They're what?
The
Their
jails are like hotels.
Yeah,
prisons?
yeah, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Have you seen their prisons?
Super nice.
It's ridiculous. It's like,
Freaking nice.
yeah, it's like a retirement
like,
home, retirement community
literally,
shit.
yeah.
You get every, like,
no.
people would go to jail
Yeah.
for just to have their lives taken care of.
Yeah.
Bro, the Norway,
You know, so
the
they don't have to
Norway-
worry about working.
Yeah.
You have
Exactly.
a TV.
Exactly.
You can go to the gym.
You
You
can
can,
read
go
books.
walk outside.
Yeah, literally.
It's so nice.
The Norway jail is a lot better
like a
than my
country
house
club.
right now.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
So
it's.
I don't know, man.
I know-
Like it is what it is. These people in power are always gonna abuse their power somehow. You know.
Yeah.
Unfortunate about human nature, but it is what it is.
But it's kind of ridiculous when you think like you are like part of the royal family. And you think that you can still behave like that and get away with it still
Yeah,
in this day and age?
Exactly. Did no one like teach
I don't know.
them?
I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
the kind of thing of, I feel like when you are born with this idea that you are because of your bloodline, not just like, oh, this is, you're a parent.
By the way,
or
he's a
this-
stepson though.
he's a step.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
a
stepson.
stepson.
So
Yeah.
he the
Stepson
his
of the king.
mom is
Stepson
the
of the
crown
crown prince.
princess
Oh,
because she's
okay.
married to the crown prince.
Yes.
Okay.
But she had him before she married the crown prince.
Oh, he's not
So
actually
actually,
royal.
by blood, not really, but
Okay.
he still, I
That
think maybe
makes
he must
even
still
more
have a
sense.
title.
Yes.
To me, that makes more sense
Yeah, it
because
makes
then
even
it's
more
like he
sense.
finally can do what he was
Yeah,
wanted to do.
yeah.
He's been. It sounds to me like he's been like this his whole life,
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
never had the opportunity.
and he's
He
never
just-
had the opportunity
Yeah,
for the
that's
first
right.
time in his life.
That's damn straight.
There are places
That
to
sounds
hide.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
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 All right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have.
We
for
ended on
today.
that. Okay, cool.
But fortunately, we
Okay.
have a second episode
Yes,
coming
fortunately,
up.
we have
Okay.
another episode after this.
That's wild as a conclusion. All right, cool.
Let's go with it.
So, if you guys have anything that you want us to talk about,
Yeah.
you guys can let us know in the comments, or send us a DM if you think there's anyone that we should have on the show. If you guys want to see Irfan and Nikki again, let us know in the comments.
And those on 9/11 were Israeli, okay?
Yeah.
I am not gonna stop talking about until
Here,
you
here.
guys stop commenting that conspiracy on the comments, okay?
They were dancing.
Peace and love. They
Like,
were actually
right.
dancing.
They were
FBI
dancing.
picked them up,
Yeah,
sent them back to Israel.
yeah.
Yo.
Osama was in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever it was.
yeah.
Skiing.
Ski.
Yeah.
all right. On that note, we'll see you guys later.
Let's go.
Ciao.
Peace and love,
Bye,
man.
guys.
Peace and love.
Let's go.